Let me ask you something. If you were going to hire a financial advisor, would you want to know the amount of portfolios they actually manage, how many clients they actually help? Of course you would, because activity tells you something. It tells you whether someone is actually doing the work or just showing up. So today, I want to pull back the curtain on something that I track in my organization called PPP, productivity per person. And when I show you the numbers, I think you're going to understand why the agents in our organization aren't just busy, they're operating on a whole different category altogether. But here's a stat that most brokerages don't want you to think about too hard. According to NAR's 2025 member profile, that's the National Association of Realtors, the definitive data source for our industry, the typical realtor completed 10 transactions in 2024, 10 for the year. Now that's just the median, meaning half of all the agents did fewer than that. And when you dig into the data from CoreLogic, which covers about 85% of the market, the picture gets even more striking. The bottom 80% of agents, so 8 out of every 10 agents working in real estate right now, average just 3.5 transactions per year, 3.5 deals in a year. And if you factor in all the licensed agents who are basically inactive, the true average across the entire licensed agent population drops to about 2 transactions per year. Now, I'm not saying this to be harsh about other agents. I'm just saying this because the contrast matters. The contrast is everything. So what does productivity per person look like in our organization? Over the last rolling 12 months, my active agents have averaged 7.42 transactions per person. Let's put that into context. That's more than double what 80% of the agents in America are doing right now. That's more than triple the average when you include inactive agents across the industry. And we're not talking about a handful of superstars carrying the number. This is the average across my active agents. That means our floor is where most agents' ceiling is. Think about what that means for you as an agent. You're not going to come into an environment where the culture is do a few deals and coast. The culture here at Now Nation is production. It's consistency. It's momentum. If you're watching this because you're thinking about your next move in real estate, whether that's starting out or switching brokerages or just figuring out where you actually want to build your career, here's what I want you to take away from this. The brokerage you choose doesn't just give you a logo and a license, it shapes your trajectory. When you work around high producing agents, you absorb high producing habits. You see what's possible. You get pulled up. When you work in an environment where the average is 3 deals a year, that becomes the baseline. That becomes what feels normal. We built this organization, Now Nation, around a different standard. And these PPP numbers, this isn't marketing. It's just what's happening here. Measured over a rolling 12 months in the real market we're currently operating in. The market hasn't been easy. Rates have been high, inventory has been tight, and our agents are still doing more than twice the industry average. That tells you something about the systems, the support, and the culture that we have built. Look, I'm not here to tell you that we're the right fit for every agent. We're not. We're built for people who want to actually build something, people who want to see their production grow, not just their contact list. If that's you, and I would love to have a conversation with you. No pressure, no pitch deck, just a conversation about where you are, where you want to be, and whether what we've built here is the kind of environment that helps you get there. The link is in the description to schedule with me or just reach out to me directly. I'm always available. If you found this to be useful, just do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. We talk about real estate and building a career in real estate, the metrics, the mindset, the stuff that actually matters beyond the commission. So I'll see you on the next episode.